Got some recommendations coming from our park board that I'd just like to run this past the council. Park board certainly would like to continue the memory lane, which the memory lane being down by the bike arch and down that first section of the trail where they have those flowering crab actors. They would like to continue that memory lane down on the other head end, you know, as the trail really starts down there by Red Oryx and 2 miles, and continue to put those flowering crabs along the trail down there. So they would intend to do that, and I know they have several people already lined up who would be interested in purchasing trees. The board is also preparing a plan to replant the large community entrance signs. And I guess I would ask you whether you think this is an issue or not, or is this something that people just really want done?
Whether it needs to be done is the issue, or
that's the question.
Does it need to be done? Yeah.
You know, you feel badly about this.
Yeah.
They spent days and hours.
Oh, I'm sure. And the
designing and putting this thing together,
was terrific.
and it just never really panned out. You know.
It just didn't.
So now with that, they're going to put flowers in or something, right?
What they would really look at doing is taking out or killing off all of the wildflowers there, seed everything outside of the planter, seed it to grass, and the inside would be some shrubs and grasses, but mainly like perennial flowers. Still try to do something that is relatively low maintenance.
Cement. Oh.
Cement? Just a cement cap?
Flowers on it.
Flowers
They
in
did,
there.
I mean, not that I oppose it all to just the grass around it, but did they consider maybe just some hostas or, you know, things like that will ground cover that's not grass, because it'll look very.
Scott, you should reaffirm that those plants were the recommendation of that.
Through the visioning
I
process.
asked you
Yeah.
people,
Well,
well,
and they-
insisted that had to be
Well, and
planted.
they needed to be to get paid for it.
Exactly.
They needed to be the native, whatever. I mean, so, like I said, the intent was good. I mean, you know, it's nice to be able to have natural, native plants and flowers, but they
It was
didn't
all
work
a
right.
bunch of hooey.
No, and, you know, people expect it to look really manicured when you come in and do your
Yeah.
entrance sign.
Well,
That's-
it'd be different hypothetically if it was like Auburn, you know, which is a very natural looking, you know, area. Ours is not. I mean, our sign is very formal, square, traditional, you know, and so those, they just didn't, it looked great in the picture that they drew. It just didn't work out in reality. But a different sign, it might have worked with. Different layout, maybe it would have
Now,
worked. But
I know Kay at the library is still planning this meeting in a couple weeks from tonight. Tom Duncan's coming down to talk wildflowers and to discuss things about the entrance signs. Just know that the park board really, I think, intends to get a new design, more traditional manicured planting design, and I think you might see something happen on that.
that would be great.
Their last recommendation to explore, they'd like to explore the concept of having a community garden. It seems to be an issue that's been talked about in a lot of other communities here recently, and specifically up at SAC. And SAC did get some good response about people wanting to participate in their community garden.
Have you seen the one in Carroll? There's got to be over 150 plots in their community garden, no less. I mean, it's huge,
So they got 150.
huge.
And what do they do in a community garden? Carrots and that kind of stuff?
You
Or?
can pick whatever you want.
Okay.
You're kind of like, you know, have your spot and
You're
you're,
in a plot.
you know, rent it and it's yours to deal with and take care of. And
You want it to be alone, there you go. Can't they put that under the signs, carrots and stuff?
I want to plant tomatoes out in my bump out over there.
Oh.
Probably grow really well.
I think they would.
Yeah, but then it'd be smashed against my window.
Run that by the tree.
So do we have a spot in mind, or do we have some?
Yeah, a couple of the areas that had been brought up initially might be north of the water plant. That one wasn't really well received. The one that got the most play, I think, is up at the nursing home where we have that extension of 5th Street. Just past the outfield fence of all the ball diamonds, and
Is there
that's
water up there?
potentially a good site. No, there's not water up there. That's a problem. You know, if we,
Park the old fire truck.
we'd have to have a water tank up there or something.
That's what
And
Sac City does, they just get a water tank.
Is that,
And they leave it up there
Yeah.
the whole summer?
Yeah.
I'm just slightly leery about this because we don't want to do anything. I would not recommend we would do anything that makes a whole lot more work.
You have enough to do the way it is.
so what's the,
And
Or
then-
would you be concerned that the work would involve I assume they till it and kind of prepare the ground and then
Yeah.
providing the water?
Yeah, and that's basically it, other than you continue to keep everything mowed up around it. Just that, you know that something comes along and it ends up
Yeah,
being
I know,
right.
it does.
Yeah.
It does create work. I love the idea. I don't want to create more work for anybody, but I love the idea.
And they really want to take a look at that. I don't know that they're ready to proceed for this year. It'd probably be a next year kind of deal.
Well, we're a little behind the curve now.
Yeah.
So, back to those trees, are those like the ones behind, like the alley behind my house there? That you're talking about?
Yes.
Mhm.
There used to be, I think, what was it, 5 of them, and they killed them off with a weed whacker, and there's 2 or 3 dead ones last year.
Oh, yeah, those aren't the
Somebody
original ones.
evangelized or something like that.
No, you
All
can
the-
see wherever they kill them with a weed whacker, they're all bulged, you look at the tree and it's just bulged out, because every time it gets run with a weed whacker.
So you're saying they're still alive, it's just got
Well,
rash on it?
2 or 3 of them died, and I accidentally slipped with my chainsaw and they went down.
Oh, no. Fun.
it's horrible,
I
actually.
got tired of
And
looking
this,
at
this
them.
was a flowering trap?
No,
No,
these are
it was-
right north of that power.
That's right by the well there.
They're just some road trees that,
Okay, all right.
They weren't part of the.
no, these aren't in the trail.
Oh,
But they just need to be a little more gentle on them, because
But the flowering crab's got plastic on them so that they don't
Okay.
they
rot.
can't do that?
And
Well,
actually,
plastic can't.
as the kids come back on Wednesday afternoon to plant the Main Street, they're gonna remulch all of those trees down there too, so that there's no need to get up too close to them with the trimmer. They'll all be mulched.
I'll just let you know, there's a few of them that are missing. They were standing dead since I was in the house, and I just kinda got rid of them.
If you'd like to take a chainsaw up around, the kids want to get real busy about it.
Yeah.
So yes, we had all the high school kids lined up to come downtown on Friday afternoon and do a community service project to plant the streetscape plantings. And the weather was, supposed to be threatening, and they ended up canceling that because of the weather. Now it is rescheduled, and this will happen then on Wednesday. So I think the trees get planted primarily tomorrow, and the kids will be ready to come down and plant the shrubs and the roses. The shrubs and roses get planted on Wednesday afternoon, be around 1 o'clock.
Bring a shovel.
If you're interested.
Shovel ready.
Um,